we live?
Yes, we
All right,
are.
we're live.
We are live.
We're live. We're professionals here.
That's right.
Why you guys come to the OBO podcast, hosted by Nick, Evan, and Brody.
Yes.
Cue the music. Good for audio. Brody, please, before we fucking kick into this fucking show, give the disclaimer.
The views and opinions of the hosts and co-hosts on the show are that of the hosts and co-hosts and not of the companies or organizations that they may be affiliated with.
Speaking of companies, should I try to get myself fired? That should be a new segment.
That's a bad
be a new
segment.
segment.
That is
No,
a
no, no,
terrible segment.
Let him do it. Let the man live.
Fucking hell.
Do you want me to do it or not?
I
Let him
don't.
live.
This is your life, not mine. I don't care.
My life is fine. I'm flourishing. I have money.
Until you get fired.
They're not gonna know.
They're not gonna know.
They're not gonna know.
Not
work
as
with a
in
lot of-
no, as in KNOW, as in no, as in NO.
Yeah, they're not gonna fire me. They can't. Anyways,
Hold on, wait. Can I just bring up
What?
what the name of the YouTube link is for this?
what is it?
Why is it Evan is the king of Tinder? Because that's not me.
You are
king
Evan
usually has
and
people
also
that
the
talks
king
to
of
him.
Tinder.
We're gonna
The
get
king
into
usually
that.
has people that speak to him, and so far nobody has responded to any of my messages, no matter how boring or funny they've been.
That's not
Try
my
to
problem.
get
Getting there.
Don't you fucking disrupt my goddamn clickbait title right off the bat, okay? Come on now.
Is that really clickbait? You would need to have like an arrow pointed at my head and me going like, "Whoa!" like some sort of reaction face.
Lucky
and
for
then
you,
that
I
would
already
be
got
the
that.
real. That's not shocking.
It's not
It's
shocking.
really not. It's really
No,
not
I'm just gonna use Nick's fucking picture when he deep throated the bottle of Jack Daniels.
That's fine.
That would be.
That is still
perfect.
on my phone, just waiting
Good.
for a rainy day.
The sad thing is that I see that picture and then I remember the noise he made when he did it. I remember the. It's like, oh, disgusting.
You know,
It's so gross, man.
I don't know, man. My body is an anomaly. The things that come out of my body,
That's an understatement.
I don't technically understand how I'm alive sometimes.
Same.
Because like
You were born with an illness like I was.
I was born with
Not-
gastroschisis.
Not the same spots, yeah, but
So like I'm not supposed to like eat like a bunch of shit.
you can't eat
But, like,
spicy stuff, right?
I'm not supposed to.
Hey, thanks, Hunted Trilogy, for following. We love you.
Yo, what
Oh,
up?
thanks.
Hey.
That's a buddy of mine.
Hey.
Up, hey.
Hey. Also,
But-
anyway, back to your
What?
That'd be Justin.
butthole
Yeah,
issues.
sure.
my diet, yeah, no, I'm not supposed to like eat spicy food or like anything like that. Like garlic, that's like a huge no, but I do it anyways.
And yet we did
Yeah.
the one chip challenge?
Yeah, bro, that's why I ran upstairs and jumped into the hot tub, or not the hot tub, the bathtub that Perry was drawing for herself. She was like in the tub, and
She was pissed.
dude, she was like, I wish you would have just died.
The
pretty
man
much.
over here was born with a sphincter that does not close properly, and he's over here doing the one chip challenge?
That's
my
not
asshole.
what gastroschisis
No.
is.
The gastroschisis. I was born with my insides out. That has nothing to do with my fucking asshole.
Yeah, his intestines were
That's a
outside
separate
of his body.
problem entirely.
Yeah, that's their problem. Well, dude, me
Yeah,
turning
no,
the
that was
bidet-
just a normal occurrence in life. That wasn't that was his fault.
That's because-
Gastroschisis wasn't any of his doing.
It's because life has just fucked me nonstop. It's just a nonstop.
You've had some
fuck
pretty
ride.
cool moments.
I've
You've
had
some
cool
pretty
moments.
man.
I've had cool moments because I've done.
You've
I
gotten married.
negated-
You have a kid.
Those are
have-
beautiful moments, though. Those are like the beautiful moments in
Sure.
my life. The cool quote unquote moments aren't cool good moments. My early 20s, part of my late 20s, and my early teenage years were all spent neglecting what life is. Any responsibility, don't do it. Get a job, didn't care. Pay rent, barely did that. Smoke cigarettes, could do that at a drop of a dime. I'm smoking cigarettes, smoking weed, drinking all day. It was fucking sweet. Those were easy times though. You just I'd go to concerts, get really fucked up, cause fights. And I think Alex is in the chat. He can tell you right now, yeah, I caused fucking fights. And I would just go, huh, not my problem. And I'd walk away 'cause I was in one of the bands.
You're that fucking asshole.
Well, you're that guy. I mean, now you're that guy now. I
Yeah,
mean,
you
say
kinda
something
still
mean to
are that
somebody.
guy.
You say something mean to somebody in the Discord, and they go, "Nick, what the fuck?" And you go, "What happened?"
That's
Like,
different.
What did
At
Matt
shows-
do?
Yeah.
Matt,
Like
yeah.
no. It's not different. It's just that you have regressed. Like, or you in essence, you've actually you've progressed. You've gone from starting a fight and then leaving to saying something mean, and somebody calls you out on it. You just kind of go, "What happened?" Like, you don't necessarily don't
just-
take blame. We
just
know you
funny.
did it, but like
think-
nobody cares, right?
I think
like,
one of
they're
the
like, all right, he's funny.
One of the
Like-
funniest moments I could bring up, since we're gonna like destroy like my career, is this has to do with like my early years before we get into like the other topics, was, and I didn't tell it on the show yet because I think I was about to, and then Jeff was like, and moving on, so he fucking cucked me in between my fucking discussion. But I love you, Jeff, but you cucked
Thank
me.
you, Jeff.
It's not a thank you. That's not a thank you.
Jeff
Thank you for
King of the
cucking him,
Cucks?
Jeff.
Is that the actual title?
That should be the.
Jeff is
He's
the
not
king.
even here and he gets the title. Yeah, hell yeah, dude. He'd be like, "Why is it about me?"
Okay.
He's gonna
Well,
listen
so-
tomorrow, be like, "What the fuck, man? What
what
was
the
that
fuck?
about?"
Yeah, guys, chill out now.
Chill,
So-
chill.
Be cool.
We
be
were
cool.
doing a show. I told the one story about the one guy who got his ass beat from the front of the venue all the way to the back.
Yeah,
I told that story.
yeah.
But there was our first EP release show where, and I will not give names in this situation. If you were there, you know what happened. But basically, a fight broke out. And it was between all of my friends and another group of dudes. Whatever. It starts to get really stupid to the point where one of my buddies tries to pull off another one of my friends, and my one friend goes, "Get the fuck off me," decks buddy in the face. My buddy goes, "What?" Walks the fuck away. Friend who punches buddy in face gets cornered by a group of dudes wanting to kill my friend. My friend takes a pool cue, snaps it in half,
Jesus.
and is going, back up. And these guys are like, get him, and he's like, I'm gonna fucking get you. Insanity. The funniest part, the brawl wasn't funny. There was two funny parts of the brawl though.
Somebody fingered somebody's butthole, like that gift that's been going
no,
around.
That was Warped Tour, and everyone knows I did it, and I'm not proud. It's not my proudest moment. Two funny moments. Just when you think the fight is over, from the corner of my eye, I see one of my homies run it back into the venue, and as one of the dudes who are on the ground is getting up, you just see like the meanest right hook go back down and reignite the fight.
Jesus.
So this dude was trying to get up. This dude just gets knocked the fuck out. And then this one buddy of mine, I'm saying the word buddy a lot. I'm harnessing Jeff's inner Canadian.
Hey there, buddy.
Hey, bud.
buddy.
I'm not your buddy, pal.
This guy, and I've mentioned him on the show before. I'm not going to say him by name. If you know who I'm talking about, you know who I'm talking about. A good friend of mine who is a big fucking guy. I'm not going to go into specifics, but he's a huge fucking person.
Oh, I know.
You know, yeah.
Yeah.
He's just a big guy. The cops get called that night, and they're on their way, and like, because it was announced, like, cops are coming. Someone's got a gun. No one had a gun. It's just ridiculous. Dude's in the back, and all of a sudden all he hears, "Hey man, could you like fucking figure out a way to hide me?" And I went, "You want me to hide you? You are like 6'8" and X amount of pounds. Where am I putting you to hide you?" There's a back alley of the venue.
You got
and
one of
we
those
have
big teddy bears from Costco?
Hide him behind a
Like,
mic stand. It'll be fine.
That's how like a porn starts, like the teddy bear porns. I don't know if you guys have seen. Anyways, I've
We
seen
can
a
talk
couple
about those after.
documentaries.
We can talk about those after.
So
We
we'll
can talk about
we'll
those.
transition into that. Don't worry.
I've only
Yeah,
ever
just
seen that shit on eFucked because I like eFucked. I think eFucked is funny at times.
I can bring up
Anyways,
a different instance that I've seen it, but yeah, go ahead.
one of the documentaries you watch.
Belle Delphines.
Oh my god. Anyways, so
Yeah, we'll get into that.
in my brilliant mind, I go, where can I put this fucking behemoth of a person? I look at our equipment trailer. I'm like,
You actually thought about hiding him? Like I'm
Yeah,
just
dude,
like
he-
you actually in your
yes.
brain you went, this massive man, I can hide. Like,
I Houdini. I put him in the equipment trailer.
I Houdini.
I put him in our trailer, and I'm like, Josh. Okay. I said, whatever. I said, Josh. Talking about my. That was an accident. That was a slip of the tongue. I said, yo, do not smoke in here because there's gas cans in here for just in case. I go back an hour later. This motherfucker has hotboxed the trailer full of merchandise, equipment, and fucking gas cans. I'm like, didn't I tell you the one thing to do was not
Explicitly
smoke
not to
cigarettes?
do this.
He's like, I got bored, man. Like, you got bored. The cops were looking for like our entire friend group. There's nothing boring about this.
There's smoke
That's-
coming out of the fucking trailer
you
and
know what?
shit.
You know what's crazy
as
about
soon
that too is that he goes, I got bored, so, and this is just coming from a guy who's never smoked cigarettes before, but I feel like smoking cigarettes just doesn't satiate boredom.
It does.
Like
It does.
does.
If you're
It does?
fucking bored, you'll just smoke. You'll just smoke.
No wonder you have so many fucking problems. Like,
Yeah, dude, it's wild. You just smoke
but I
cigarettes.
mean,
when you're bored.
I get that. Like, I mean, I'm the same way.
I hit
right?
this all
Like,
day. All
Yeah,
day.
no, and I understand that, but I mean, I'm the same way where it's like I gotta keep myself preoccupied, otherwise I'll feel like I want to have like to spice anything up. I'll be like, oh, I'll just make a Jack and Coke real quick,
Right.
like nothing crazy. It's only 12:30, but
You
like,
just put toxins in your body to fucking weed out the boredom.
well, it's like yeah, because you just go like, well, I'm playing games by myself because like for instance, right now since I'm on vacation and you're at work and most of everybody else that I talk to is at work, I don't really have anybody to talk to, so it's like okay, I'm up at 12:30, and if I'm not watching a movie or watching TV and I'm gonna play a game, yeah, I feel the need to not the need, that's probably the wrong way of putting it, but I feel like if I'm going to play CS in the middle of the day, it's like, sure, why not have a drink? I found out from our good friend Dan that I'm actually better when I have a drink. I don't know how that
Right.
works. Like, it's because I stopped giving a shit. It's because if I'm sober and I'm uptight, I'm like, I got to be super. I notice myself doing it where I'm trying to follow good practices, but practices that aren't normal to me. But if I have a drink, I just stop giving a shit about things and I just have fun, and then I end up kicking more ass than I normally would. Sorry, I completely derailed your story. I feel terrible.
You're good. The ending of the story
I do.
was he didn't get busted because
Naturally.
he sat in a
He doesn't
trailer
get
with
busted.
gasoline cans and smoked cigarettes.
He doesn't get busted.
When,
He's a good
but
guy.
the thing, he is a good guy. He's a fantastic human and a great
Yeah, I know.
father to his daughter. But when you opened the trailer door, all I saw was just like Darth Vader walking out. I was like, I told you, man. The one fucking stipulation I had was do not smoke in here.
Right.
And you just couldn't help yourself. You just couldn't.
Would
There's
you
a-
have not smoked if you were there?
No, because
Would
there's
you have been
gas.
able to hold up?
No,
I've got him,
mean,
boys. I've got him on the ropes.
the-
Case closed, Your Honor.
The smoke is more than likely not going to ignite your gas cans.
Sure.
You're
I
fine.
can agree with that. Yeah, it's not.
I was more
But I mean,
so.
how old were
thinking
you?
about me, I was like 22.
Hey, he's a fucking moron. He doesn't know that it's gonna not ignite. Like, I mean, shit. I wouldn't think the
It's
same.
gonna
I'd be
take
like,
an
yeah, no, you're-
open flame and also the gas fumes, but actually lighting the cigarette could have definitely caused a fire if those gas fumes were
That
in
would
the
have been
trailer.
the thing. Yeah. Once the smoke is
Didn't
up,
give
I
a
mean,
fuck.
Once you're already
Fucking
lit, it
shit.
doesn't matter much after that.
Yeah, no. I mean, same thing.
It was just a ridiculous night. I thought that
Yeah.
was a funny little story.
What?
You know how they tell you when you're filling up your gas tank not to have your engine on because it could set
Yeah.
fire inside?
Mhm.
My mom was taking me to school one time and she completely forgot to turn the engine off. And she was like, "Oh, that could have been real bad." I'm like, "What would have happened?" She goes, "You would have felt a little spark under your ass." I was like, "That it?" And she goes, "You wouldn't have felt anything after that." I was like, "Cool, that was cool, bro. Do it
Thanks.
again."
Black. What were you about to ask, Brody?
I was
sorry,
just
go
gonna
ahead.
ask why did you guys have gas cans in your trailer?
Because we ran out of gas on tour one fucking time, and from then on there, everyone was like, "Gotta have extra gas," and I'm like, I get it, but or we could just stop
Sure.
at gas stations when whoever's fucking driving needs to stop.
What
Really,
year was
I mean,
this?
there's
Oh,
the logic.
fuck, I
You
don't
you
know.
aren't even supposed to run
Like-
your
like-
gas tank under a quarter because it's bad for the fuel pump.
I don't know. Let me look it up right now.
Oh
Keep
no,
talking.
no, you don't have to look it up. Just like, was GPS available at the time? Like, could you
Yeah.
have
Yeah,
could you
it
have
was-
plotted
it
a
was
route
8
through
years
Apple
ago.
Maps?
8
So
years
you could have plotted a
ago,
route through Apple Maps. You could have
Yeah,
literally plotted a
yeah.
route, and then you just could have set like gas stations right before
But
you,
you gotta-
ran out of
you-
gas or something.
You got to think. There's 7 guys in a van at that point, and
Yeah, so it's like one
half
brain.
of them, more than half, are fucking high or drunk. The only sober dude is the guy fucking driving, and the co-pilot is supposed
Rarely
to say,
that.
no. That's one thing I will say on tour. Like the driver was always sober. That was the cool part. Like whoever was driving knew, like, I can't do that tonight. I gotta be cool. But like the co-pilot is also supposed to stay sober.
they?
No, because I'm the co-pilot. Because I couldn't drive. I didn't have my license. So I was the guy who had to stay up every night going, stay awake, stay awake, stay awake.
Oh, you're funny.
So I'm just in the front seat drinking a 40, smoking cigarettes.
But why?
Pissing.
Why didn't you have your license? Was it revoked, or you just hadn't gotten it yet?
You
I
were
hadn't gotten
22. You just didn't have it.
My dad didn't teach me how to drive. I could
Dude, that's
steal
totally
cars.
no. I'm not.
No, I
joking.
was just curious. It was a genuine
91 years
question.
old. She's never had her license.
I didn't
I don't
have.
care.
Not that I've ever stolen a car. Let's fucking get that off the record right there. I've never stolen a vehicle. I am Eastern European. You can put that math together. But
I mean, yeah, your brothers are stealing tanks right now, so you know.
I'll touch a little bit on Ukraine. My dad said something ridiculous today. Not that we're anything we're getting in trouble about, but I don't know, man. I just didn't get my license for a while. I just didn't feel like it because I had friends like Kyle who would just begrudgingly drive me everywhere.
Kyle's such a
like,
good guy.
I could see
like, yo-
Kyle begrudgingly doing that. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I'd be like, yo, I need a ride. He'd be like, to fucking where, Nick? To fucking where? I'd be like, yeah, not that
Like-
far, just over there. He's like, let me MapQuest it. That was back in like MapQuest as well.
Oh yeah,
He's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
that's like fucking an hour and a half away. And I was like, it's not that bad, bro. He's like, you don't know time, and you don't know directions, and you can't drive. Don't tell me what's bad. I was like, man, I'm sorry, chill out, bro. I'll buy you like a McChicken. He's like, what? I'd fucking drive, but like he would drive me. I'd also smoke all of his cigarettes.
You're a bastard.
You are an
I didn't have
You're a
asshole.
money.
bastard. You
I
are
didn't have
not a
money
nice
either.
guy.
But I'd always
I didn't
get him
have
to like
money.
a party. I'd always get him like a party or something. I'd be like, I want to go to a party. Drive me there. You can come with me. He'd be like, oh, I'm invited if I drive you. I'm like, no, it comes off that way. But no, I was going to invite you anyways. But it just so happens to be that you're my ride.
That's what someone says.
Oh,
when
that makes-
you're invited because you're driving me there.
That makes it so much better, Nick.
Yeah,
What do you want, man?
I mean, I know I appreciate what you're trying to say, but like,
Uh-huh.
if you were to tell me the same thing, where it's like, hey, I need you to drive me somewhere, and it's like, am I invited if I go there? He's like, yeah, you're invited if you take me there. It's like, well, that's because you'll do that to me, where you'll be like, no, you were gonna be invited anyway. It's like, no, I was only invited because you were asking me to take you. Like, now that I've had to take you anywhere, thankfully.
Life's funny how it does things like that.
It's
I
always
don't do
funny
that
how
shit
it does
anymore
things.
though.
No, you
Like,
don't.
I stand on my own two legs now. I fucking do my own thing now. But back in the day, I fucking was living out of like a fucking backpack. You know what I mean? So I had nothing. It was just
I
me
get it.
bouncing house to house, going, "Hey man, can I have a ride?" Like, "Are you serious, dude?" Yeah, dude, I'm serious. I need a ride. You're not doing anything today, so why not? Like, that's not the
Sure,
point.
yeah.
I'd be like, "Well, you got
do you want?
cigarettes?" They'd be like, "Yeah, we got cigarettes." I'd be like, "Can I have some of your cigarettes?" Like, it's one of those things, man. But life was living, La Vida Loca back then. Let's just put it
I
that
agree.
way. But I much, and I was talking to Copley about this earlier too. I don't know, because Evan, you haven't really hit your like crazy spurt yet in life. Like, you could drink and you could fucking party and shit, but like you've never like had the opportunity to actually like go full bore. Like Brody has gone to like barn parties and like done all that shit. Have you yourself like actually done that yet, to the point where you fucking woken up going, what did I do last night?
Only time I can think about it, and I mean, I'll bring it up and I'll just say it, and if you don't like it, you can edit it out and just completely get rid of my answer.
That's too much work. I'm leaving it.
All right, cool. Well, now you have to live with your
incriminating.
you have to live with your decisions. The only time I can really think of that happening was when you, Nick, invited everybody over to your house probably a couple months ago, and I got blackout drunk and I passed out on your couch. Like, I mean,
Yes.
that would be the only time where I could really think about it. I mean, other than that, though, I mean, no, I don't like going to parties. Like, I don't,
Yeah.
I didn't like going to parties at all. I don't like going to parties and hanging out with random people, and I'm not very good socially. I'm not like, I'm good with people that I know. Like, if I were to meet you two at a bar, cool. I know what you guys think is funny. I know what you think isn't funny, and I can work around that. But if I'm just going to like here in Grand Rapids down to Steel Cap by myself, I don't know what people are going to think is funny, and I have too much anxiety about, maybe the correct term in my head that I'm thinking of is pleasing, but
Yeah.
realistically it's probably not that. But it's like, I don't want to make anyone feel uncomfortable, and that's why I'm not good at a lot of things. Like I'm not good at going to bars by myself. I'm not creepy. I'm not weird, but I'm like, I just don't know what makes people laugh. I don't know. And that's usually a way that I deal with things. And I deal with that when I'm uncomfortable with things in my own personal life and with talking to friends where it's like, if they're talking about an uncomfortable situation, I make a joke because I don't know how to, not that I don't know how to, but like the only thing I can think of is if I can make them laugh, then that leaves a little bit off of it.
Not going
right?
to alleviate
Yeah,
whatever's happening right
that gives
there.
a bit of it, takes the edge off a bit. But no, I mean, realistically, no, I don't like going to parties. I don't like hanging out with random people. I mean, shit, I can't even message people I can't even send the first message on Tinder without everybody just reading and not answering. Because it's like, I don't know what to say. I don't know pickup lines, and I don't think pickup lines are particularly funny or interesting. I think they're just kind of like.
Send her a picture of your starfish, bro.
They're more. Excuse me?
That's a bold move, Cotton.
It's a bold move,
Let's
but you
see
never
if it
know,
works
man.
out. Works out.
See how this one plays out.
Yeah, no, I mean, I just don't like the only time I can think of really getting blackout drunk or like not even blackout drunk, but like because that wasn't your question, but like having a moment like that was probably at your place. And I mean, that was whatever, right? That was tame because it was with everybody I knew. Everybody cared about me there. So it's like if I was sick or I wasn't feeling well, you certainly would be there for me as well as some of the other guys. Fuck you, Elliot. You wouldn't. You would have laughed at that shit.
What you're saying, though? Brody drove.
Nobody was there for me.
No, we were.
No.
Brody drove from Indiana to my bachelor party, and no one. He slept on a fucking couch like this.
You did.
Because
nobody fixed it.
Because Matt, the host of the house, went, "Not my problem. It was your problem, Matt. He was the guest from Indiana. Why didn't you give up your fucking?" He has a king-sized bed in his room.
I would have cuddled Matt. Fuck it.
I know, this fucking dumb asshole.
I would have encouraged you to.
Come here, you big ginger bitch.
You
go cuddle.
I would have encouraged you. You goblined into the guest bedroom, which pissed me off because one, it was your bachelor party, so you should not have been the first person to fall asleep, but you were.
No, I
Brody,
was.
But Brody came.
I was going to say.
You woke back up. You woke back up
for a little bit, and then I went right back to sleep.
Yeah, and
I woke up for
Nick
Lucas showing up, and then I went to sleep.
Which was hilarious because in the time it took from Lucas showing up to you falling back asleep was the same time as Lucas showing up and falling asleep because
this is true.
He took he took a swig of Jack, 2 swigs of Jameson, and went, "That is V sauce," and then passed out on the floor.
Fucking idiot.
And it was hilarious because he's like, "I've been drinking all day," because he was at a wedding at that day or like during that day. So like he was fucked up anyway. But like he came there and he was like, "Yeah, I'm sober," and it's like, okay, cool. Then you can kind of handle what you're doing. That motherfucker can't handle shit.
I love him.
I love you, Lucas, but you cannot handle your liquor, and that's totally fine. That is 100% okay. I can barely handle most of mine, and I'm only 22.
The whole sleeping, like sitting straight up like that, I can sleep anywhere. It legit doesn't fucking matter.
I can't do that.
I can sleep through anything, anywhere, doesn't matter. I've done it. It doesn't matter.
My wife hates it that I do the same shit. My wife's like, dude, if we're getting robbed or murdered, we're dead because you're stupid.
I can't even.
Amber says that. I can't even keep
my. I can't even keep
my. It's a married guy thing.
Like when I was sitting in the chair here for like the entire day yesterday, and my neck still hurts because of it. Right, like I can never find a good sleeping position, and I can't sleep unless I'm in a bed. Like unless I'm obviously forced to. If I just gotta lay down on the floor, and like that's all I got, that's my only option. Then yeah, I'll make it work, and I'll just find a way to sleep. But if I have the luxury of that, I can't find the right position. I never can. I'm never able to sleep well. I like how I'm standing in my kitchen and it still sounds good, doesn't it?
It sounds great.
It's not bad.
Good. It's fucking stupid.
Hilarious, dude. I'm living right now. But
those chairs behind me, I've fallen asleep in those playing games more times than I could even count. And
those just look comfy as hell.
They are very comfortable. But yeah, I'll be sitting there playing a game and then all of a sudden like in a party and shit and just fall asleep and they're like,
just pass out.
Just kick him, I guess.
Been there.
What do you do? Yeah, no, I get it.
But my wife says the same shit about like, oh, if we were getting robbed. I'm like, we have 3 dogs and you have a very pointy elbow that you have no problem sticking between my rib cage. I'm pretty sure we will be okay. Like when my alarm goes off in the morning, elbow to the ribs perfectly, like right in between them somehow, never like on a bone, like in between the bone every fucking time.
To the point where it's almost hitting your heart.
Right. Like you touched my lung. What is going on here? But yeah, no, absolutely. I will wake up because either you or the dogs will wake me up and we'll get her taken care of. I'll be basically naked confronting an intruder, but we'll figure it out.
That's how you have to do it, man. Nobody wants to fuck with a naked dude.
That's the good old like Dark Souls, like when you get into a fucking
roll.
Yeah, just fucking roll and butt ass naked. Like we'll get through this.
If I'm about to swing on a motherfucker and he gets naked and rolls at me and I can see dick and ball just fucking slap asshole, dude, just making that slap noise, you know what I'm talking about. I'm pissed. I'm going, you know what, man? How do I just buy you a shot and we call it fucking game over at that point?
Yeah. How about we forget all about all of this?
Have you ever?
I'm just going to leave.
Salvia.
Salvia? No.
Salvia.
Salvia.
You've never heard of salvia?
I don't think so.
Salvia is this stupid. The reason I brought the whole party thing up because there's this thing. Evan, have you ever heard of salvia?
Like, is that a drug?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a stupid plant that gets you fucking high for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I smoked salvia once, and I was like,
Joe Rogan?
no. I had a buddy who was like, try this. I'm like, okay. Smoked salvia once, and I was at a party, and all of a sudden I was fine, and then just like into the netherverse. I was like, what the fuck? And the entire time, I guess, I wasn't actually moving. I was sitting on the couch, but I was like traveling like through like time and space in my brain, dude.
Yeah.
And I was like on another planet and I was talking to ET. Not fucking with you.
Like Stone Cold ET?
No, like fucking stupid
What?
Elliot ET. Regular ET, the dumb one. And I don't know, man. Yeah, I fucking hate it. That movie sucks. We'll talk about that in a minute.
It's so bad.
It's fucking boring, dude. ET sucks.
It's bad.
But yeah, dude, I just remembered smoking salvia and I got all fucked up. And then like 10 minutes later, I'm out of the trip. And I'm like, what was the point in that? Nothing like woke up in my brain. I just feel stupid and sluggish now. Yeah, I just wanted to bring up salvia. Don't smoke salvia. It's not fucking fun. It's like a 10-minute high.
Never done anything besides just
weed and alcohol
and Vicodin, but that was because I actually had them because I was prescribed them for my wisdom teeth. But like there was that one time where I took one when I realistically shouldn't have, and I got high off it. You could call it that. I'm putting air quotes. It's hard to see on my camera, but it was one of those things where it's like, you know, it's like a Schedule I drug, right? Like it's considered. Yeah. There's like there is a benefit, or maybe Vicodin is Schedule II, but like same thing with like oxys, where it's like it's basically comparable to heroin, where it's like I had Vicodin and I was like, this is cool, but it's not something where it's like I'd want to do it all the time. Like I can see why people like it, but I can't see myself trying to do it constantly. It just doesn't appeal to me that way, where it's just like it doesn't work, I guess, in that sense. Like
I hated Vicodin.
Yeah,
like it actually, when I was like recovering from my wisdom teeth, I actually had more help from the ibuprofen that was 800 milligrams than the Vicodin.
Yeah. Vicodin just made me want to sleep because I've had 6 knee surgeries, so they prescribed lots of fucking Vicodin, but good God, I just wanted. What?
Made
him itchy.
Really?
Yeah.
It just made me go fucking night, like right now.
Made me super itchy, man. Made me super itchy and hot, and I was like, this is fucking. I hate drugs. Just do.
Fair enough.
Do.
I get it. But I mean, yeah. It's not, I mean, I don't typically. I tried stuff like that.
I tried that spice shit once. That was fucking weird.
The brain rot shit. So like that's just like the synthetic weed shit. My little brother Mario would smoke that shit all the time, and he would just find him in his car passed out. I'd be like, "What the fuck happened?" I was like, "Are you smoking weed?" He's like, "Spice." And I was like,
shit was fucking bizarre. No wonder it got fucking pulled from everywhere.
It needed to. That shit.
It was.
Listen, man.
It was bad.
I'm not one to tell. I don't smoke smoke weed. I don't do
don't-
drugs like that anymore.
No. Me neither.
I wouldn't tell people not to do like psychedelics or like weed. Like if you want to smoke some weed and do some psychedelics, go for it. That shit's whatever. Obviously, don't fucking like dose the fuck up if you're not if you haven't done acid or anything like that. Don't go crazy with it. Just micro tab. Same with like shrooms, just microdose because it's just actually pretty good for your mental. I've heard. I'm not a fucking doctor, so
Do I
just
take a
saying.
hit of this?
Certainly not.
You won't take a hit of it.
What
on,
is that?
on stream? It's weed.
Oh.
Nothing came out.
You gotta suck
oh my
harder,
God.
Evan. Come on now.
Yeah. Come on, bud. Put that down the throat.
That's disgusting. First glass of this. It's the
Single barrel.
Single barrel.
Select.
Nice.
Yeah. Just wanted to say that. Oh fuck. I should not have taken that hit. Nick, you're a bastard.
Why?
That shit hits, dude.
You said nothing came out.
I saw
It was
zero
the
smoke.
smallest. It was the smallest, or not smallest, but it was the lowest amount. No, I can feel it. It's there. But typically, when it's vaped like this, it doesn't really show up, especially if you have it on the lowest setting. If I were to put it up higher, you would definitely get like a vape cloud or whatever you get when you hit the breeze pen. But like it
you
doesn't.
know who you should never hang out with then?
Julian.
No, well, yeah, Alex from Build Bros.
Oh God.
See, here's this. You know what the saddest
I
thing
love
about it
Alex. He's so
is
fucking
that-
funny. So funny.
Alex is great. I love all the guys from Build Bros. But like this is just shit that I just still can't get used to. I try to get used to it. I hit it the other day. I hit it yesterday, and it still fucks with me a little bit. Where it's like, should you? I have to. It was like at your bachelor party. I got drunk and then I hit it, and I was like, "You want to go jogging?" I was like, "Let's do this shit! Like this shit's gonna be fucking wild, dude!"
Oh my
like,
God.
like that was cool. But that's
Go
because I'm
jogging.
already like my mind is already inhibited by the alcohol, where I don't have any sort of worry, which is where a lot of that comes from. Where I can't really do it because I feel worried. I feel anxious. I can feel everything in my body happening, right? I can feel
Yeah.
my heart pounding, or even though my heart's not actually pounding, my heart could be completely normal right now. I'll take my heart rate right now, but like even then it's still something where it's like I worry about it when I don't have to. Like right now it's 94. If I were anxious, I'd feel every beat. I would not be cool with it, but like because of the alcohol, I
Hey, you're
don't.
straight. Whatever. You're good.
Yeah, no, I mean it's one of those things where it's like, but I've never tried spice, LSD. I can't do psychedelics because I'm afraid that if I did do psychedelics and I had a bad moment, my heart would be like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Like-
To end off on the drug talk, then we'll get into like a main topic here.
Do we have a
The
main topic?
Yeah,
Somebody
we
tells me.
do.
Well, yeah, Brody has a main topic.
Oh man,
The
I
last
don't
time,
like Brody's laugh. It's evil.
the last
Like
time
a
I did
Bond villain.
acid, which was like well before I was even with Perry. I don't even know how long ago I did acid, but I thought I was having a good trip, and then I hit my fucking peak. I was like, I'm stuck here. This is where I'm stuck. I was like, oh boy,
Oh,
I'm never
no.
coming out of this.
Is acid the one where it gets stuck in your spinal cord and you can have like
It
a
can.
flashback years later? Is that okay? I wasn't sure if that was acid or LSD because are those the same
It's
thing?
like the
I
same
don't-
shit. I think. I don't
It's
know.
mushrooms that I'm thinking of that are the difference. It's
Yeah,
acid,
shrooms,
LSD,
shrooms.
and then shrooms are different. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I don't
But
I don't know a
was
lot about
stuck, though.
psychedelics.
That shit
I
scared
know
me.
to end off with that too. There was a period of my life where I wanted to try psychedelics because I was like
You should.
I was a 17-year-old and I was just smoking pot all day and listening to Cream. And I was like, oh, if I did fucking acid and I listened to Cream, oh, dude, Sunshine of Your Love would feel so different. But like, no, I mean, that was just a phase of my life where it's like 2 years where I just kind of listened to just Jimi Hendrix and Eric Clapton and Cream and like the older 60s bands that were like doing really crazy rock and just kind of jamming and having their fun. And then that kind of grew into what I listen to now, where I listen to a bit more yacht rock stuff, Hall & Oates and Steely Dan and John Mayer. I wouldn't classify John Mayer as yacht rock, but like he's calmer, I would say, than something like Cream, where Cream is very much psychedelic. I just can't do it with newer stuff. But
Oh, I get
sorry,
that.
didn't mean to just diverge
Dude,
into music.
you
I mean, I'll
good,
talk about
bud.
music all day, but
He's
That's
good.
two here. Apparently, we have a main topic that I wasn't told about.
Brody.
Well, it's the title of the fucking episode.
God damn it!
Evan.
Knew it.
Evan.
Oh, yes.
Evan.
What's up, buddy?
Evan.
That's me.
Yes. How are your Tinder endeavors going, my friend? Otherwise,
Apparently very well.
Yeah, Evan, the king of Tinder, as everyone should call him from now on.
I wouldn't say. Please do not.
Definitely in
do that.
Discord. Anywhere you see Evan, he is now known as the king of Tinder.
How's it going?
Yeah.
So I made it earlier today, actually, like 2 hours before we started. Because I was, I've tried Tinder before, and it worked out pretty well. And then I stopped for like 4 or 5 years, and I just wasn't looking for anything like that. So I was like, oh, well, I'll do Bumble.
For love, huh?
Wasn't looking for anything. I was like a voluntary celibate. Like, where I
stop it.
Sorry, fuck those incels, right? Am I right, guys? Yeah, fuck
They
them.
suck.
Yeah, they're assholes.
I'll see you
it was one of those things
on
where it's
our nice guys later.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, yeah. Later, you'll definitely see me there. Somebody's gonna clip it and put it on there. Go ahead. I don't give a shit. No, there was just a period in my life where I wasn't looking for anything. I wasn't looking for anything romantic, anything sexual, anything like that. And then I was like, last year, I was like, oh well, I'll try Bumble because Bumble is different. I remember Matt talking about it, where it's like the girl has to message first. So I was like, sure, I'll try that. And I've tried it for like 6 months. 6 months to a year. It's been around that time. And I've matched with less people, and typically the girl never responds. And typically they'll have their Instagram or Snapchat in their bio to add you, or like for you to add them. And it's like, the whole point of it is for you to message me. I'm not going to add your Instagram to message you just for you to then read it and not respond, or whatever the fuck it would be. I just don't
like,
even
who the
bother
fuck
with
are you?
Yeah, right. Because they don't know, right? Depending on the pictures on my Bumble compared to my Instagram or Snapchat or whatever, who knows? So I logged back into Tinder, and I updated, or I made a profile or whatever, and I went about it. And I mean, it's going well. I've gotten 7 likes. As of right now, I have 7 likes, and I've matched with 6 other people.
It's not bad for 2 hours, my guy.
No, it's not.
That's why you were the king of Tinder.
I chalk it up to the hair. It's
You
probably
John
all that.
Mayer looking motherfucker.
It's doing most of the work.
Chalk it up to the hair.
I do chalk it up to the hair, because every message I've sent has not landed. I've been chill, and I've just kind of gone, hey, what's up? I've said funny things related to their bio, nothing answer, like no answer back. So it's like, you know what I mean? It's as of right now, it's cool, because it's like I just get to practice and see what works and gets a response and what doesn't.
You should take lines from John Mayer songs and use them as your opening line.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not a bad idea. Get like an obscure one. That's not a bad idea. No. Yeah, because you can set. So the weird thing is how different they are, like Bumble and Tinder, because Bumble has you answer questions, or not questions, but like you finish a sentence. So like, or you'll do like 2 truths and a lie, and people can read through that, or you have a bio that you can set, and then like. I don't want to say stats, but like you can say, here's your height, your age, what you do for a living, or where you go to school. And then you can have like, if like some of the questions are just random, like if I were president of the United States, and then you'd finish that sentence. Tinder doesn't do that, where it's pretty much just like, just put down how old you are, what you are, and go about it that way. And then the bio is all yours. You can say your height, you can say what you like to do for a living, or what you do for a living, and you can add all this other shit. And I was just pretty honest with mine. I was like, I play music, I like, going in as much as staying out, and I can make some great cocktails. Like, I'm not a bartender, I can't make fucking crazy stupid shit, but like, I mean, I can make you a daiquiri or an old fashioned or whatever shit you like. As long as it's not something with liquid death, because I know Nick likes that, so I've vehemently stayed away with it. It's just me busting your balls.
So what?
It's neat.
Were you truthful on your height?
I did. Yes, I was. I put 5'8", because that's what I am. I did not put something. You can tell in the pictures I put in too that I'm not like 6 foot, Like you can tell, so there was no point in lying about it.
Fucking 6 foot. You get there and like, you are not 6 foot.
Yeah, that's how I get them to message me.
Like,
is I say
motherfucker, I'm not
6'3".
sure you 5'8".
Yeah.
Get swiped left.
5'7" and a
fucking
half,
RL.
maybe.
All right. Brody's right. Technically, without shoes, I'm 5'7" and a half.
Oh, I fucking called that.
If I
We've
wear
all
my
been there.
shoes, if I wear the shoes that I've worn for the past
I'm
like
there
2.5
right now.
years, I'm 5'9".
I'm 5'6", so
Which is
it's
funny
fine.
because they're not like
Yeah.
they're not like Doc Martens, right, where they boost you. Like these are just normal tennis shoes. They're Allbirds, and they just they give you like an extra inch and a half on your height. So it's like, but I'm honest, and I'm just like I'm 5'8", and then if anything, that's a better thing if I ever end up meeting one of them where it's like, oh, he's actually taller than 5'8". You know, he's like 5'9" and a half, and it's like I'm not. I'm actually shorter than what you think I am. But
It's all right. You're my average king.
yeah, man.
That's nice. That's a nice thing.
Let's
Yeah,
let's start promoting that. I thank you. Brody.
Average
That's
king,
very kind of you.
like average height.
Average
I mean,
king.
average
Hashtag
king.
average king.
I mean, look at Tom Holland. He's 5'7" and Zendaya is 5'10". So I mean, you know, we can. There's room for short
he's
kings.
Spider-Man, Evan.
And he's Nathan Drake. That doesn't change the fact that he's shorter than me, technically.
At that point, it doesn't matter. He's Nathan Drake and Spider-Man, bro.
I'm not
He's got a
not
point.
take apart that, right? I think that it would have been cool regardless. I don't think that she was
Yeah.
attracted to him because he put on a latex suit or a
I don't
spandex
know.
suit.
I don't know, man.
I don't know, man.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, and an actor. Thank you, Connor. But like,
Well, he's a cool guy though. Like he's just
Well,
she's an
you could-
actress.
if
and a
John Mayer
musician.
got sick, you could fucking double as him on stage.
No, I couldn't.
Yes, you could. All you would do is just pretend to fucking shred.
No, I can't shred. I can't play acoustic guitar the way he
You
does.
just
Also,
do the
I'm
backtrack.
7 inches shorter than him.
Put platforms on, bro. Don't be
He's
stupid.
like
about
He's
it.
fucking. He's that tall.
He's like
Jesus.
6'3", 6'2".
He looks like a little
yeah.
guy.
Or I just said 7 inches shorter because I didn't do the math in my head, but yeah, he's like 6'2",
Yeah, I was
6'3".
gonna say
He's a
6'5",
tall
and you're like,
fucking
he's
guy.
like 6'3". I'm like, well, I mean,
Yeah,
that
no,
math
no,
doesn't
yeah,
add up, but I got you.
Yeah, no, he's tall. He's a tall guy, taller than you think. Yeah, because I mean, before I like really was listening to him or anything like that, yeah, I figured he was just like 5'10", 5'11". He's tall. He's not a short
6'3",
guy.
according
Yeah.
to Google.
Eye on this hill.
6'3".
I don't
Also,
like-
in case you were curious, Andy Cohen is 5'9". Bob Saget was
They're
6'4",
good friends.
and John Legend is 5'9".
So I don't know anything
Just in
about
case.
John Mayer with John Legend, but I know that John Mayer and Andy Cohen are friends, and then yeah, Bob Saget and John Mayer were friends before his untimely death. But because he actually was like a pallbearer at his funeral, like, and he paid for his car to get shipped back to his wife or whatever. Like, John, yeah, they were apparently really close. I never knew that until after Bob had passed, but he's a good guy. I mean, John's a pretty cool dude.
This
he's done some
picture
good
that
shit.
popped up when I Googled John Mayer height. I mean, he kind of looks like a fuckboy. Not gonna lie.
Which one did you post it?
I did not.
Post it.
I can't. I have the stream
I could
running
probably-
through it.
I
If you
could
just
probably
search
tell
John
you
Mayer
the
height,
era.
it's definitely early 2000s era, early to mid 2000s for sure.
Images.
Just John Mayer height. There's a white background.
Is he with
He's-
anybody?
Nope. Just search John Mayer height. It's the first thing that'll come up. It's right next to it.
The first one I see, he's in every picture I see him with somebody.
Nope. Just
I
don't go into images. Just go all. In the normal
go all?
It's off to the right there. He got
Oh
a
yeah, he's behind a
fuckboy
white
look.
background that says Sirius XM or whatever.
Yeah, he got a little bit of a fuckboy look going on there.
That was probably during the search for everything. That's
That-
the haircut he had during that time.
You are too big of a fan. Was that
You
around the
just-
same time that he fucked over T Swift? Just curious.
No. Guessing from this,
I wanted
yeah.
to see what he would say.
guessing from this, just from the image that I'm looking at, probably not. This was after. So he stopped like being public with people after
T Swifty?
Paradise Valley. So it was like 2014. No, because he dated Katy Perry after Taylor Swift.
Gotcha.
And they did some songs together on one of his albums. But like after Katy Perry, I think he was maybe connected to one other person, and then he just he doesn't really date people as people know. Like he just kind of stays by himself, which is understandable because every time he during the time where he did date celebrities, everybody gave him shit, and rightfully so, because he said dumb shit. Like he was not very kind to the women he dated, and he screwed things up personally with them and that kind of thing. So I mean, like, this is probably during a time where he was just focusing on his music, which is what he does now. He doesn't really give a shit about that.
I was actively trying to get a rise out of both you and Nick because I know Nick's a big T Swiftie, and
My wife.
I don't.
no,
My wife is
you
a
are
Swiftie.
you are guilty by association.
You are. You are.
I like Taylor Swift. I enjoy Taylor Swift. Jeff
Cool,
has
you
like
got
a
him.
hatred for her.
Jeff
I like
has a
Taylor Swift.
hatred for all celebrities, I think. He also doesn't
is
know who any of them are, so it's very
cool.
misguided and very confusing to listen to, but
Yeah, I don't. I mean, like, no, I don't really. The funny thing is that, like, I don't really care for Taylor Swift, not because I don't like her, or because I think she's a bad artist. I think she's great at what she does. I just don't personally vibe with the music she makes, and that's fine.
nothing wrong with that.
I like John Mayer because, for a very personal reason, right? Like, my dad hates him. My dad hates.
I'm not a big John Mayer fan, to be perfectly honest.
And that's totally, and I totally get what everybody says if they just don't like him because they don't like the music or they don't like his past comments. I get it, dude.
He is.
Right? I'm not gonna give you shit.
He is a very
like,
impressive musician. I can't.
And
I don't get into it, right?
That's the only thing I'd ever want to pass on to somebody is that you don't have to like his comments. You don't have to like necessarily the lyrics or the music, but you can't say when you listen to him live that he's not impressive as a guitarist.
He's very
right?
impressive.
He's
is very good.
And then, like, that's all I'd ever want anybody to know is that he is impressive beyond belief in that sense. He is he's a new guitar hero for a new generation. I'll say that. But I like a lot of his shit. I don't like actually a lot of his younger stuff. Like, a lot of the people that I know that like him will like the older stuff, like Your Body is a Wonderland and Daughters, and I just don't. I can't listen to those albums. They're too acoustic, like, singer songwriter for me. The first time I really liked him was Continuum, and I listened to that in the car on the way home from work. I'd get high and then I'd listen to him when I got home, and I would just the songs of the moment spoke to me. You know, they really connected with where I was at life and that kind of thing, and it just kind of worked out that way. And then that, in my mind or whatever, my heart created a bond between that, where it's like I'll always understand how I felt when I listened to these songs. And then I was like, oh, well, I'm going to dive into this. I'm going to dive into that. So I did. That was the first time where I really did it, where I listened to the Beatles because my dad liked the Beatles and I wanted to understand what he liked, right? I listened to Eric Clapton and Jimi Hendrix because I liked guitar and I wanted to know what the best guitar players played, that kind of thing. But John Mayer was the first time where it was like, I like him for what he has made me feel. Now I want to listen to everything. And so I did that. And then the funny thing is that the album that most people don't really care about is probably my favorite because it's country. It's country music. I mean, it's country / acoustic / whatever. It's not like Luke Combs or Chris Stapleton. It's not like that.
What a weird choice of country music artists to list as your country music artist.
That was the first one I came. The first one I came to. Like, he's not like what's his name, Keith Urban or what's his name, the other guy. I can't think of his name. Brad
Paisley.
Paisley. Yeah, he's not like.
I'm from Indiana, man. I'm right.
Yeah, no, the album's not like that. It's not like that. But I mean, it's good acoustic little stuff, but it's in his style, and I can dig it. And then Sob Rock came out, and I mean, I'm wearing a free shirt that I got from listening to the concert on Pandora. Like, it's one of those things where it's like he's probably the first artist where it's like I listened to him because I ended up liking him because of my own volition, not because my parents told me to listen to him or because of, I just wanted to learn him for a music class or something like that. But I have a deeper connection to him because I would listen to him in the car when I was younger with my mom, and that was during his Your Body is a Wonderland phase.
Yeah.
And I really my mom liked him at that time, and I liked that she liked him. So I always remembered who he was. But then as I got older, I was like, oh shit, I like him for different reasons than my mom likes him. I like him because he's a fucking great guitarist, as well as a good musician in every sense. But like, there are some times where I'll listen to him and I'll go, holy shit, you are in a league of your own. And I think he deserves to be there with Eric Clapton and Jimi Hendrix as some of the best guitar players that have ever lived, and Stevie Ray Vaughan and stuff like that. But that's coming from a guitar player. I know most other people might not feel that way just because if they don't care for that kind of musicality or whatever, and that's totally fine. I don't judge for that. It's music. You like what you like. I'm not going to give you shit for it unless you're Nick.
I used to be pretty snobby about the music I listened to. Like I fucking
was
hated pop, I hated country, I hated all this shit. And like as I've gotten older,
I didn't like any new music.
I've gotten to the point where I've like obviously will recognize shit for what it is. Like I never cared for the Beatles. I still don't care for the Beatles, but I recognize what they added to music as a whole. And same like I actually don't mind some Jimi Hendrix, but I will never sit down and like listen to Jimi Hendrix. If I'm going to sit down and listen to music, that is not my first choice. I respect the fuck out of what a lot of those greats have done, but it's just not something that I can actually sit down and listen to. Even like,
Sure.
even some like, you know, some of the 90s like rap and hip hop type shit. Like I can't, I always love hearing that in a soundtrack and something, but I can't sit down and actively listen to it. It just feels odd.
Sure.
Like I love that sound. Like I mean, after the Super Bowl, regardless of how you felt about the Super Bowl, I had this inkling to go back and listen to some of that '90s like rap music, especially that like West Coast sound, right? And I never, after I went back and listened to it, I'm like, oh, you know, maybe I like this in clips as a soundtrack better than I actually do sitting down and listening to it. But that's just me as a personal, like my personal opinion on things. It's not a stab at the fucking genre or at that music as a whole. It's just like, I can't listen to it for an extended period of time.
Right.
There are songs that I want people to listen to that I really enjoy because I just want them to hear it and I want to get their opinion on it, right? I don't necessarily expect them to like it. I don't want people to just be like, because I'm not going to show you a song that is really niche or out of pocket, and then when you go, I don't like it, and then it's over, right? Like, you know, like, and then you hate it, and it's like, well, how could you fucking hate it? It's like, no, I totally get what you're saying, right? There are songs that I brought up, Nick, when Jake and Shane were at your house. I played a song called Maggot Brain by, I think it was Funkadelic.
Yeah,
and it's a 10-minute guitar solo, basically.
It's gnarly.
And it's just it was all about. The funny thing was that it was an actual session where they recorded as a band, but the guy who you might know just by name, but maybe don't know who he is and what he's done, George Clinton, who is a funk musician who created Parliament and Funkadelic, two different bands. He basically said to the guitarist of Funkadelic before they recorded, he said, I'm trying to find it because I'm looking at it right now. It was recorded in one take when Clinton, under the influence of LSD, told guitarist Eddie Hazel to play as if he had been told his mother had died. He instructed him, quote, to picture that day, what he would feel, how he would make sense of his life, and how he would take measure of everything that was inside him and let it out through his guitar. Several other musicians performed on the track, but he faded them out of the final mix so that the focus would be on his guitar. He used wah and fuzz effects like Jimi Hendrix, and then added delay and other effects at the end, or in mixdown. That was what Clinton did. But it was like one of those things where it's like, I want you to hear this because I found it super inspirational, and I just want to know what other people think. But I don't expect you at the end of the day to like it, because I don't think Jake or Shane or even Nick really cared for it. You appreciate it because it's music and because it's an artist that did it, but you don't necessarily, like you said, when I want to wind down, I'm not going to listen to Abbey Road, which is understandable. When I want to wind down, I can listen to anything. I'll listen to Journey, or I'll listen to Hall & Oates or whatever. I don't really give a shit about the artist so much as I like it personally, and I totally understand that mindset.
Yeah,
you know, I'm not gonna I don't, as a younger kid, like you said, Brody, where it's like I didn't listen to certain things and I was like, oh, that sucks, you know, I don't like that, or like I judged other people for it. It's like I did that because I think all kids do that when they grow up and they're listening to music that they like and other people don't like it, because you don't know really how to express it. But as I got older, I was like, I don't really give a shit if you like the Beatles or not. I mean, I like the Beatles, and that doesn't change if you like it or not, you know? I like this song and I'm going to show it to you. If you don't like it, you don't like it. But if you do, then cool. I showed you a cool Beatles song. And that should be
I feel like that
What
should
should they
apply to a lot more things. I mean, we've been going
should.
through it. Obviously, we do video game podcasts, and we've been seeing a lot of that lately, where it's like people are shitting all over one game in order to praise another game, and it's like, motherfucker, you can enjoy a game without hating another game. It's all right to just enjoy whatever you enjoy.
Right.
But
Yeah,
unfortunately, we're in this phase where it's like, nah, we gotta hate everything else. We gotta bring everything else down instead of, just bringing our game up. It's fine. It's
People
fucking
suck.
dumb.
I have a small little nugget.
Oh
for
yeah,
you guys
you have nuggets
cool.
for us. Fantastic.
Oh yeah, show us your nuggets, bro.
Whoa.
related to. You
Whoa.
don't want to see those boys. Them boys not good. Related to the Batman.
Batman.
Is it something
Batman.
that? I wonder if I know it. Go ahead.
Robert Pattinson played guitar
Oh yeah, I know that.
on a Death
On
Grip
Death
song.
Grips. Yeah.
Oh no shit.
On the song
You guys
called
haven't
Bird.
seen it yet.
I know I haven't seen it yet. I need to.
I think Matt said he's going to see it tomorrow.
Zoe Kravitz actually drank milk out of a fucking like cat bowl.
I've seen the pictures. I've seen
Are you
the
serious?
pictures.
Yeah.
Yes. She is.
Why?
Don't know.
All I'll say is this, which is what half of Instagram has said. If Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman looked at me if I was Batman that way, I wouldn't have stopped the Riddler. I'd be too focused on her, bro.
Jesus
I'm just saying.
Christ.
No, like she was perfect as Catwoman. She did a great job. Like, no, that movie is great. I think Ben, your friend Nick, posted a
Our
review of it. Our friend. Yeah, I'm sorry. That sounds mean. But like, no, he posted a review of it today on his Instagram where he gave it a 9 out of 10, and I would agree with him. It's like 9, 10 out of 10 for me. Like, it's
That's all I'm
so
hearing.
good.
That's all I'm hearing. I need to go see it.
Such a great Batman film. I think, Matt said he's going to see it tomorrow, and I think Noah and Connor are both trying to see it this weekend. It's so good. Like,
And the next
it's
weekend,
such a
I got my
great
shit
fucking
going
film,
on.
man.
Pumped.
It is so good. Like, I was super impressed. But yeah, and speaking of that, to go in line with what you said about Robert Pattinson playing guitar on a Death Grips song, apparently he, after the premiere of Batman, went to a club that was partially owned by Pete Davidson and then only played Kanye West.
We don't. Okay, is that
Dude,
confirmed?
I don't care what your opinion on it is. That was
That's
the
funny
funniest shit I
shit.
read.
That's fucking
Is
funny
That was
shit.
funny. That was funny. I don't know if that's confirmed. I just know that that's what I read on Instagram, and I laughed at that shit. I thought that
This
was funny.
motherfucker Pete Davidson just cannot catch a break, man. Kanye, I like Kanye's older shit. I really do.
He's not a bad dude. Pete Davidson is not a bad
I was like,
guy.
Kanye's not a bad dude. I'm like, I don't know, Evan. I'm tiptoeing.
that's questionable.
I would
I would say they're both not bad guys. Like,
Kanye's going through a
realistically,
fucking emotional breakdown that everyone's just looking at, going, he's fine.
well-
It's cute. Celebrity.
well-
It's not cute. It's bad.
Kanye has issues that aren't being helped because he doesn't want help with them, and everybody's using it more as a haha, look at this celebrity having a
Yeah,
meltdown
that's
moment.
exactly
And
what's
it's
happening. It's not good.
yeah, and no, it's not good. I'd agree with that. And then at the same time, though, where it's like, I want to say the same thing for Pete Davidson, where it's like, Pete Davidson is living his life, and if Kim Kardashian wants to be with him and whatever, and he accepts that advance or
Good for
whatever,
him.
yeah, that's not his. It's not his fault that
Goofy
Kanye
looking
doesn't take
motherfucker.
it well, right?
His tattoos are bad.
Yeah, they're awful.
All right.
When I watch SNL and he's on like Weekend Update, I do find him funny. But other than that, I
He's
really
funny.
couldn't care for
Yeah,
him.
I don't
Like,
have much problem with the
he's-
guy.
he's
He's
not a bad
goofy
guy.
looking, right? But
Yeah, no, he's not
Whatever.
a bad guy. Like I don't have a problem with him realistically. I couldn't care less. I mean, I try not to pay too much attention to current celebrity events, if that makes sense. I don't really give a shit what happens with him and Kim Kardashian or him
No.
and Kanye or
not at
whatever.
all.
It doesn't matter to me.
I don't give a
Like, what- who-
fuck.
Like, who gives a shit? Like, okay, so he sleeps with Kim Kardashian and Kanye has a meltdown over it. Who gives a fuck? Why do we have to pay attention to it?
Because
like,
Kanye's batshit crazy, and it's kind of
He is, because
entertaining.
he doesn't take his fucking meds.
Yeah, it's a
like,
fucking shit show,
that's-
and nobody's
that's
doing
been-
anything about it.
Yeah,
No,
that's
his
been
boys are
considered.
like,
That's been
keep ramping
considered a
up.
fact. and his boys are people that like I consider, I wouldn't say smart's not the right word, but like I consider
Certainly
intellectual, like Dave Chappelle. I consider him to be somewhat of a smart guy. Like he's not stupid, clearly,
No,
but like
he's just crazy.
nobody tells Kanye, hey, maybe you should take your medication.
No, Dave Chappelle tried.
Did he? I don't know that. All right, so I'll say that.
That's why he got
now.
sent to the ranch. Kim
Yeah.
Kardashian sent Dave Chappelle to the ranch to be like, "Hey, yo, Kanye, knock it off."
What up, bro?
Yo,
Good morning,
Kanye,
Kanye.
shut
dude.
the fuck
Shut
up.
the fuck
Shut
up.
the fuck up.
That's I don't care
No,
what
like, I
anyone
love
says about Kanye. That clip alone, the "shut the fuck up" clip, is the single greatest thing in the fucking internet.
Shut
I
the
would
fuck
agree.
up.
He's
I love
and
it
that's
so
the
much.
that's the funny thing is I love Dave Chappelle, and
Oh yeah.
I hear like, you know, where he's like, yeah, I'm hanging out with my boy Kanye or whatever. Or like there's other things where it's like other people that have been with Kanye in the past couple weeks who have been like, yeah, no, he's cool right now. It's like, no, dude, he's asking Billie Eilish to apologize to Travis Scott, thinking that she was talking shit about Travis Scott, and when she was literally like, no, I was just helping out somebody, dude.
Fucking
Like,
Oh my
wild.
it's
God.
it's
What
not
a-
a negative thing.
What a
Which-
goddamn clown world we live in.
She's
This
cool.
shit's fucking wild. The
She's cool. I don't
celebrity
like her-
bullshit's crazy.
I like Billy. Yeah.
yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
listen to her regular music, but No Time to Die, her song for the movie was really good, and she's actually up for like I don't want to say Grammy. That's obviously the music award show, but I think she's up for something else for the I think it's like an Emmy or a Golden Globe for like, no, Golden Globes are TV and Emmys are TV, but like she's up for something for best original song. But like she did a great job. Like I wasn't super convinced when I heard that she was doing the soundtrack for a Bond movie, but then I watched the movie in a theater and I was like, holy shit, this is really good.
She's actually very talented. A lot of
She
people
is
don't
very
give her
talented.
fucking credit, but she's.
Yeah,
I mean,
no,
I
a
know
lot of
that
people-
like her voice is modified and she does kind of this whisper thing, but like she's actually a very good singer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, she is. And that's funny because a lot of people in our personal Discord had a huge issue with her when she came out because she's like, all she does is whisper. Realistically, from what I've learned through the internet, so obviously it could totally be false, is that apparently whisperer singing is harder than regular singing.
It's
because
not
of how
easy.
You have to, yeah, it's not easy. So
It's
like, that's one
just
thing
a,
to do about it. Like,
it's different,
I mean,
right? Like people
her-
don't
her-
train for that shit.
No, they don't. And her song for No Time to Die is actually really good because yeah, she whispers throughout it, but it's the ending for me that really made it so much better because you have the swell of all the orchestral music in the background and then she actually sings. She, you know, she holds a really good note and then she, you know, continues on with that and she doesn't go back to she dials it down to a whisper right at the end. And it's like that's what makes it good is that it's this slow burn. There's this huge climax and then it goes right back down. And it's like that was for me that was good for a Bond movie. And this is a spoiler, quote unquote. So if you want to skip past it, go ahead. But I mean, it's been like 5
Can I
months.
skip past it?
I mean, it was said all over the news. It was Daniel Craig's last Bond film.
Oh yeah, I knew that. Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, that's all I was gonna say. But like for that, for his last Bond film, pretty good for an ending, right? I mean, but all of his, for me anyway, all of his Bond films were good. I really liked all of his movies.
Yeah.
As a James Bond, he did a good job.
Yeah.
Arguably the best. But are we done? Or are we continuing? What are we doing? It's awfully quiet. I feel like I'm just talking.
I was actually just getting ready to wrap her up. And by wrap her up, I mean I'm going to pass it on to Nick to wrap this shit up.
Oh, I introed. How am I doing both? All right,
'Cause
whatever.
fuck you, Nick.
Fucking
Lazy
I
fuck.
jerk
love
off.
you. I'm just kidding.
Lazy fuck. Oh, you're gonna catch these fucking
Jesus.
hands, Evan.
Yeah.
Hospital or graveyard, bro.
Send me the fucking graveyard, dude. Get the fuck on.
All right, fuck 'em
Get the
up.
fuck on with it. All right, guys. Thank you fucking assholes. Thank you again for checking out the OBO podcast, Objectively Bad Opinions. We go live usually every Monday
Sorry.
at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time, with an audio version of the show going up at 5 a.m. on Tuesdays. Be sure to check out the entire Spawn Camp network. That is OBO, WASD and Beyond, Diggity Podcast, and the Build Bros. You can find a schedule typically on our social media pages. We have a website coming up soon. We will we're gearing up for that. So the schedule will be there, all the show links, you name it, it's there. So check out Build Bros, Diggity Podcast, WASD and Beyond, and OBO. Yeah, check us out on Twitter and Instagram at OBO Podcast. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify and Twitch. All your support continuously helps us grow and get a bigger audience. That way we can do bigger and better shows and more content for you guys and do the things that we love to do, which is create content and make you guys laugh. In a world that is so uncertain and so sad, we're doing our best just as much as you are. So if we can make you laugh, that's all that matters to us. Is there anything you guys wanted to say before we closed off the show?
I think I'm good, man. I think you got it covered.
I'm good, yeah.
The only thing I was going to say is that OBO is now streaming to Spawn Camp's YouTube rather than their own YouTube, because that was something we did at first, and now that we have joined under the nice Spawn Camp umbrella, now everything video-wise is going to the Spawn Camp YouTube and also Spawn Camp Twitch channel.
Oh, yes. So be sure to go to those two locations to always stay up to date with Spawn Camp stuff, OBO stuff, WASD and Beyond, Diggity, and Build Bros. That's where you will find all of us, all of our videos, all of our interviews, all of our episodes, everything related you will find there.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful. Till next week, guys, stay safe. Try to laugh. The world sucks and we all know it. Keep your fucking heads up. See you guys next Monday. Actually, we'll see you tomorrow, and then we'll see you for a Hot Fix Wednesday, and then the Build Bros will see you on Thursday, and then Diggity will see you Thursday night live, and then WASD and Diggity episodes Friday. See you guys next week.
Shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up.
Shut the
Shut
fuck
the fuck
up.
up.
Goodbye.